This is the final tutorial in the Tree of Life acrylic painting. You learn how to paint shades, you learn how to paint tints, gradients, and you've even drawn a tree. Today I'm going to show you how to wrap up this work of art using black and white to create a neutral gray for your tree. If you love art and you love what you see, don't forget to subscribe for more art tutorials. We're going to be using black and white to create a neutral gray for our tree. Start by painting black. Think of it as outlining and do on the edges and the V's of your branches. You will be doing small sections at a time because you don't want the paint to dry. With a clean brush, dip it in white and pull the black to create a gray that fades from your dark edges to a more white center. I was really on the fence about what color to paint my tree, also about whether I wanted my tree to be really simple or if I wanted to do a lot of shading or even pattern. I like using black and white for this particular painting because I did shades and tints. So part of the painting's really dark, part of it's really light, and because gray is black and white, you get to kind of pick which areas you want to darken up and which ones you really want to be light to really make your shades and tints the focal point of this work of art. Repeat the technique, doing small sections at a time, adding black on the edges and the V's of your tree, thinking about shadows. Now, it doesn't have to be super realistic, like there's a light source coming from one area. You're just getting the effect that your tree has a little bit of dimension to it and it's not just one flat color. I overlap a bunch of times before I'm happy with how dark or how light it is. So experiment, and every branch is going to be a little bit different just depending on what color paint it's going to be next to. Once your paint is dry, you can go back and rework it any way you'd like to make it darker, to make it lighter. And I'm not scared to layer acrylic paint. So if you have an area that just doesn't quite feel right to you, your paint's going to be mostly dry and you can go back and kind of recreate those shadows. Or for me, right here, I'm adding more white so that the trunk of my tree really stands out. Now that you have the idea, let's speed things up. Well, I promised myself I would not outline every branch, and then I did it anyway. Once I started, I just couldn't stop. So it's up to you as the artist whether you want to keep your tree really simple, whether you want to outline, whether you want your tree light or dark, and just go with what feels right. This certainly could be a finished work of art with the basics of acrylic painting. Or if you're crazy and compulsive like me, you might pick up a Sharpie fine point pen and start adding Zentangle patterns. Whatever you decide, happy painting.